All right, do you want to say things, Dan?
We're both going to say things. I think that's sort of how podcasts
We're both going
work.
to say things. Saying, I'm going to put this in at the beginning of the first podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just going to throw it in there. It's going to be a good introduction, I think.
To every single one.
Yeah,
so most people where they have
they have a little theme
intro
song.
songs.
Yeah. We're going to have this.
Can have this. I like it.
Better make this one
Can we have a
count.
backing track?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what it's going to be?
Jane.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just going to put this in. And this bit I'm saying right now, this is also going in. This whole thing.
All of it.
It's going in.
If we say anything on this, it's in there.
It's in there. I hate our audience. Hello and welcome to the As of Yet Untitled podcast. My name is Jamie.
My name's Dan.
Each week we will talk about nerd things, right? This week it is mainly about Transformers 2, arguably the worst of the Transformers 2 movies.
But also arguably the best,
Alright.
as you'll see.
We also talk about movie trailers and movie news, which we didn't get any of this week because I'm too lazy, and weird sex stories of the week, not from us, from other people.
Yeah. Good. That was a good clarification.
Yeah, just in case. Alright, we really hope you enjoy. We'll try and do this weekly, right?
We'll try.
Well, I claimed that we're going to try and do it weekly, but we probably won't. Alright, have fun with the episode.
This sort of thing.
So, it's taken me about 5 minutes to plan this podcast. And I've
taken me even less because I didn't even plan it.
Exactly. And I have come up with a segment to begin with. We're going to talk about some nerd trailers. Trailers nerds. You okay with
Some
that?
nerds that are in trailers.
Nerds that are in
trailers.
trailers.
Recreated
Jesse
by nerds.
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
In the Now You See Me 2 trailer, have you seen it?
I haven't.
It's.
Is this one of the trailers?
This is one of the trailers. This is one of the. I didn't just look. The Now You See Me 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Have you? Right, you said you hadn't seen it.
I have not.
It's
Describe it to me. Is there a lot of? I'm Jesse Eisenberg.
Well, have you seen the? How have you seen the first film?
I have.
Right, so you know how it's a
Got
lot of
DVD.
it's a lot of bullshit, and at the
Yes.
end, Mark Ruffalo's.
And then at the end it goes, "We are Illuminati confirmed."
Yeah,
Yep.
classic.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Classic MLG
Imagine
video.
all that promise of all that magic they're gonna do,
Mm.
and then the first line in the trailer is, "Oh, we've made no progress in a year."
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
That is exactly when I think of I want a new movie, I want it to be exactly the same as the last one.
It was said by everybody's favourite Franco, James Franco.
Oh, James.
It wasn't James Franco. It was Dave. It was the other
I was
one.
going to say James Franco's weird now.
No, he's not.
He is. He puts naked pictures of himself on the internet.
Does he?
Yeah.
What is it on? Like Instagram?
Yeah, it was. It was on his
Ooh.
Instagram.
So the Now You See Me 2 trailer, right? It's just him and Woody Harrelson, right? Standing.
Just Jesse Eisenberg.
No.
Eisenberg.
Dave Franco.
Dave Franco and Woody
And they're
Harrelson.
just throwing cards. Cards, not cars. That'd be a way better movie.
It would,
No, they're just throwing cards.
Isn't that just Chronicle?
Oh, Chronicle, classic.
I haven't
Oh, we
seen
should
that.
we should do an episode on Chronicle.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch Chronicle, and we should do
And
an
then we
episode.
should do an
episode.
episode.
We should do an episode on Chronicle. Alright, so anyway, so the trailer's a bit like, oh, we're back, everybody. Look, it's Jesse Eisenberg.
Look,
Shaved
Jesse
his hair.
Eisenberg's home again.
He shaved his hair more for this movie than he did for Batman v BVS.
Why?
Our favourite movie.
Do you think he did BVS first? Then he was bold at the
he
very
was
end.
bold
of
at the
it,
very
wasn't
end,
he?
yeah.
And then, like now you see me, people going, "Shit, why don't you
Wait, was
tell
that a
us you were going to
wig?
be bold?"
Was it a wig in Batman? Was his
think so.
ginger bit a wig?
I don't think so.
I kind of wish. I don't wish anything on
Wasn't
that
even
movie.
ginger.
Anyway, so yeah, it looks like they're just doing the same thing. Morgan Freeman's all your favourites are back. All your favourites are back. Morgan Freeman's back.
Chick whose name I forget.
Oh no, she's not in it.
Oh,
Nah,
so
not all
my
your
favourites
favourites.
aren't
Sorry, no, they've
You
replaced
lulled
her.
me in with a false promise there.
No, okay, she's not back, but
Okay.
all your other old favourites. Like,
So all the other people, all the other characters that people actually knew.
well, I mean, can you name anybody from that movie that isn't just their actor name? Thought not. And you can't
No.
say Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh.
No, you can't say Woody Harrelson. You can't say Dave Franco.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, you can say Mark Ruffalo.
Mark
I believe that was his name, so you can say Mark Ruffalo.
He was just Mark Ruffalo in that movie.
Anyway, yeah, it
Yeah.
looks kind of shit, but when a comedy sequels are never any good, so it's fine.
Is this a comedy sequel?
Well, depends if you think.
Is it going to end up being a comedy sequel?
Probably.
This is
I
the
don't know.
most serious drama
What-
I've ever created.
What is like
Funniest movie ever.
What is the genre for the original? I'd say comedy, but I guess it's an action thriller. I guess.
Comedy.
Magic.
A thrillometer.
Hang on.
Comma. The comma. It's a comma.
It's a comma. It's a coma. Jesse Eisenberg's been in a coma for
Jesse
years.
Eisenberg.
I've got written down here Alice in Clockland. Have you seen the trailer for that?
I didn't like it. I don't like Tim Burton anymore.
You don't like Tim Burton? You don't like the Burtonator?
One.
Should do an
What's
episode
his
on
name?
Tim
Captain
Burton.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Bloody Johnny Depp.
John
He
Depp.
used to give me nightmares when I was a child.
Yeah, actually.
I had a reoccurring nightmare.
Was it from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes!
Was terrifying. That's the thing. That movie is
I
terrifying.
had a reoccurring nightmare that I was in the chocolate factory and Johnny Depp. It wasn't even Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. It was Johnny Depp as
Right.
himself in the costume.
Yeah.
Was chasing me around there. I don't know what he was going to do to me when he found
Probably
me.
going to stuff you full of chocolate, mate. I'll tell you what, I had a
That's the
recurring...
nicest way
No,
to go down.
I'll tell you what, I had a recurring nightmare about a much less scary movie.
Oh.
That was The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. I don't know why. I don't know why. Right? I got very scared as a kid, and apparently
that really fat guy that turned into a small guy and a fat guy again.
Yeah, that was it. I was terrified of that movie.
How?
I don't know. All right, when I was a kid, for some reason it was all about that split personality thing that terrified me. Because in that movie, the skinny guy always kept trying to take over the fat guy. That scared the hell out of me.
You were a skinny guy who's trying to take over the world.
Yeah, I was terrified. That's why I kept going to McDonald's, because I knew I was with my people.
You knew you were safe there. No one tries to take over there.
Alright, anyway. Alright, so
Continue.
let's get back on track to Alice in Clockland.
Yeah, so Tim Burton, his movies are just weird nowadays.
Yeah, well, they were always weird. And I
But now they're just
I don't like him.
plotless weird. And I'm not a fan of the whole plot of Alice in Wonderland in the first place. Never mind a sequel.
I'm not a fan of all the gritty Disney reboots, I'll be honest. Disney...
It's not even gritty though, is it?
It is though, isn't it? It's Tim Burton. It's Tim Burton
Tim
gritty.
Burton's not gritty. He's just disturbed.
He is
He's
a
just
bit-
problems.
He is a bit disturbed, right. Do you reckon he was like Willy Wonka as a child?
Chased in the factory by Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Do you reckon he was
That does
chasing-
things to a man, so I imagine so.
I feel like this episode is going to have to be called either The Nutty Professor or Chase to the Factory by Johnny Depp.
Chased in the factory by the Nutty Processor.
Yes!
The Nutty
There you
Processor.
go. It's fine. I'll edit this bit out and nobody will know. I'll edit the whole Nutty Professor bit out.
No,
Anyway.
I don't think so.
Anyway, alright. Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer?
I saw 3 seconds of it where Stephen Amell's like, hey there, and that was it.
Right. Okay.
That's all I've seen of it.
Right. That's all you've
This
seen
would have
of
gone
it?
better if I'd seen these trailers.
Probably. I feel like we can talk about it more because I can describe them to you.
Just go ahead.
Right,
start
so the
describing.
Ninja Turtles, right? You know them. They're classic painters.
Yeah.
So
So you've got
it's all about the French
Margaret
Renaissance.
Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher. Yeah. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone's favourite Ninja Turtle, the red one,
Yeah.
Roger.
Right. Roger. Roger. Everybody's favourite. What is it? Roger, he's cool but rude. Michael Jackson, he's a party dude. That's how the theme
People
song
use
went.
a lot of horrible words about Michael Jackson.
Alright, no, hang on. So this trailer, right, so they're there. Arrow shows up for a bit. Megan Fox does some
Megan
things.
Fox is still 10 out of 10.
They've got like Bebop and Rocksteady. Do you know who they are?
I do know that.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'll be honest. I didn't
Don't
watch the
care for
original. I don't really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that much.
Neither do I.
I'll be honest.
It's fun to take the mick out of for a bit.
All right, everybody's got a favourite Ninja Turtle, and I don't want to hear Margaret Thatcher because bloody nobody likes Margaret Thatcher. All right, who's your favourite Ninja Turtle?
Who's yours?
I would say when I was a kid, I'd probably have said Donatello because nobody liked Donatello.
Yeah.
You have to be different. Now, I'd probably say Michelangelo.
For me, it's a toss-up between Leonardo and Raphael.
You're a tosser. No, I'll edit that out.
Oh. Toss-up between Raphael and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio. Wait, what?
Leonardo.
Hang on,
because
who was the first one you said?
Raphael.
Yeah, sorry, for some reason I thought you said Donatello. So we've got completely
The
opposite...
Archangel Raphael.
Right, yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Leonardo
They're my
DiCaprio.
two
To be
favourite
fair, I do
Ninja
like...
Turtles.
Yeah, alright. What's your favourite Leonardo DiCaprio movie? It's Catch Me If You Can, isn't it?
Actually,
It's actually... I've never seen Catch Me If You Can.
that is a bloody good movie.
Is
I
it?
always forget the name of that, and it's bloody good.
There you go. Anyway...
That's all anyone knows. about it, Jamie.
next trailer. Remember we were talking about trailers? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
This is still from Alice in Clockland, you know. How do we... Right, it looks bad.
It looks bad.
Oh, wait, no, we
Probably
moved
will
on.
be bad.
Wait, hang on, no, we moved on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, we
That's
did,
why
yeah.
we were talking about them. Look, anyway, let's move on. Sausage Party.
Seen that?
Have you actually?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Does it? I think it looks really shit. Have you read
I
the
think
script?
it looks mildly okay.
Have you read the script that got leaked?
No.
Okay, I have read a bit of the script that got leaked because I've got really nothing better to do with my time. Apparently,
That's true. That's
it's really racist.
true. How do you mean?
It's really racist. It's
How?
really quite bad. It's not funny.
Is it just like blatantly
It's just blatant
I
stereo.
dislike
You know, like
people who are a different
what's it
colour
called?
to me? The KKK?
No, much worse. Michael Bay's characters. You know the ones from Transformers 2? The ones that were on Ice Cream Truck.
Oh, yeah.
Skids
Those
and
rednecks.
Mudflap.
Yeah.
Skids and Mudflap.
Hmm.
They email in if... Wait, I should probably make an email. Email in to an email that will be in the description if you know what those characters are called.
Skids and Mudflap.
Is that what they're called? Are you
That's
sure?
what they're called. I'm 100%.
Well, if we come out with anything wrong, which we will...
You'll just have to email us and we'll tell you what the email is.
We'll put it in the description, or I'll edit a bit in. Doesn't matter.
Or
Or
we'll just say at the end.
yeah, we'll just say at the end
Mm.
when I've come up with one.
Okay.
Anyway,
Skids and Mudflap.
right, Skids and Mudflap. You know how racist they were?
No.
Well, they were really racist.
I didn't catch on to any racist issues.
Yeah,
Were
of course. No, yeah.
How?
Yeah. I don't know.
When were they even racist?
Look, they were constantly.
Are you sure about
They're just
this?
huge stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're stereotyped. They're not racist.
No, they're really racist.
Alright.
Rewatch that movie.
Oh.
I thought you were joking. No, they
No.
genuinely are.
I
Quite
actually
bad.
love that movie and I never noticed they were racist.
They're quite racist. Like using that stereotype.
Extensively racist.
They're quite racist. I mean, I don't really care because that movie's as much as people say it's the worst. How the fuck have we got to Transformers?
That's the best Transformers
Is it
movie.
though?
It is.
I think the first one's the best one.
The first one was good. The first one was just a bit...
Right, hang on. Save this. I've got an idea.
What?
This episode can be the Transformers episode. We'll talk about this in a bit.
Fantastic.
All right, perfect. Right, Sausage Party is really racist. That's what I was trying to get at here.
Extensively and unnecessarily racist.
Yes. Yes.
Not racist for comical effect.
Not really. It's a bit too much.
Like it can be. It starts off. You're like, that was a funny comment about people.
Moving on. Sausage Party looks fine. Have you seen the trailer for Independence Day Resurgence?
You're gonna hate me.
Have you not? Neither have I. Let's move on.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer? I've got two left. I don't know which one to tackle first. I say we tackle the most influential first. The Sing trailer.
Ah yes.
Have you seen this trailer?
Just right this minute.
Just right now, this minute.
Funnily enough.
Because I just showed you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It looks really shit. Alright, finally, this is one that actually has probably made the most buzz, and we're probably a little bit late on this, but the Ghostbusters trailer.
Oh no.
We could probably do a whole episode on the Ghostbusters trailer.
I don't feel sexist about it. I'm not annoyed because they are women.
No, same.
I am annoyed because it looks shit.
Yeah. See, when...
Melissa McCarthy is like a 12-year-old
Yeah.
in a 30-year-old's body, and I don't get that.
When it was first announced to be an all-female Ghostbusters, I was like, okay,
I was
cool.
a bit sceptical.
Even after the cast was announced with Melissa McCarthy, I was like, okay, fine.
Melissa McCarthy and that woman from SNL.
Yeah, I was like, fine. All right, as long as it's funny, as long as you do something good with it. And then I watched the first trailer and I was like, all right, I kind of get it now. You're a bit shit. Where's Bill Murray? Where is he?
Love Bill Murray.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably... I mean, one of them's dead. Which one's dead?
Egon. The one who played him. Can't remember his name.
Harold Ramis. He's
That's
dead.
That's probably it.
But I would say that you probably shouldn't make another Ghostbusters. Or if you are, don't call it Ghostbusters. Call it Ghostbusters this time without Bill Murray.
Ghosty Busterinos.
Ghosterinos.
Ghosterino catchers.
Why'd keep busting my Ghosterinos? Alright. The Ghostbusters...
With Jesse Eisenberg.
With Jesse Eisenberg. Whoa.
Whoa.
Ghostbusters with Jesse Eisenberg. Yes or no?
Just be Now You See Me again,
It
wouldn't
would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. So I want to go on to my next... Alright, so that's all the trailers, right? Fine.
Fantastic.
We'll talk about them.
That went swimmingly well.
I think it actually did. It went quite well. So, what's next? Alright, so I have a new segment I'd like to put in.
They're all new segments, Jamie.
A brand new segment to our show, As Yet Untitled Podcast About Things. I am not going to release the name of this segment until I've read you the news article title. Man arrested for having sex with Lilo. And not for the first time.
I think...
This segment is called Weird Sex Story of the Week. We're going to get one in every single time. I'm going to find one.
You're going to find one.
Alright,
I think what makes that headline the best thing...
hang on. They've given him a nickname. The notorious lusty Lilo lover has been up to his old tricks again. Okay, alright, I can't actually scroll down the page. Right.
My favourite part about that is the "and not for the first time." I like to imagine that this man has been given multiple citations.
Edwin Tegobat. I can't
sounds-
read it.
He sounds like a dodgy DC
You can see his name in a minute. He looks really... No, not his name. You can see his face. Has graced these pages. Has twice graced these pages for having sex with an inflatable raft on 2 occasions, as well as a blow-up pumpkin.
The RAF.
The Ohio man, 30, has been arrested again for fornicating with a pink Lilo. There he is.
He looks like Weird Al after a dodgy night out.
He does look, listeners, if you can picture Weird Al after a dodgy night out,
After being on drugs for 7 years.
after being on drugs for 7 years,
And potentially dying.
right, okay.
You've got this man.
He has been out of jail since the 17th of May and was only on parole for his last offence of public indecency. His grandmother, Linda, has previously said he has a lot of mental problems and he's always had a fascination for plastic. That's just it. That's all of it. We could never take the proper care of Edwin. It's like nobody cares. Last year, during his sentence, he said, "I do want to apologise for my actions. I'm sorry, I do deal with mental issues, and if a court would give me this chance for this programme, sir, I would give it 100%. I'm ready to get my life together and quit all this nonsense." That's the news article. That's the weird sex story of the week. If we can get a jingle from somebody, that would be great.
We're not going to get a jingle.
I'm not going to get a jingle from anybody. I don't even know how to put this on iTunes, I'll be honest. Nobody does. Alright, so should we move on to the main topic of this week?
Let's do it.
Right, so we decided that we would talk about the Transformers movie. When did we decide this?
2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago during our trailers segment. Where do you want to start? We're gonna kick off our podcast with Transformers 2: The Revenge of the Guy That's Revenging. That's what you're telling me.
Revenge of Revenging.
Alright, fine.
Transformers 2. It was a fantastic piece of cinema history.
It wasn't.
The only fall down points was strange, seductive robot lady
Everything about it was bad.
tail that comes out of her ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
weird.
I forgot about the Terminator.
And Sam
thing.
suddenly getting epilepsy and go, and then 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 1, 4, 1, 3, 5, 4, 1, 1, and then the clearly perverted college
Hang on,
teacher.
wait, no, hang on. I'm pretty
Who
sure
goes,
you...
I am the Alpha and the Omega.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just described the best parts of Transformers 2. I'll be... Alright.
And that strange Hispanic guy who runs the
hang on.
realeffingdeal.com.
Hang on.
Who screams all the time.
Could you...
The realeffingdeal.com.
Why did I agree to talk about Transformers 2? It's awful. It's not good.
But you know what is good?
What?
Every action sequence in that movie is good.
Alright.
The Transformers part of Transformers 2 is good.
Is it... I really like the old cranky robot.
Jetfire's a legend.
Jetfire's good. See, this is the thing, I was talking about it earlier, but this is like one of the things where I don't have random useless knowledge on it. I know nothing about it. But you
know
do.
all about it.
Alright, fine.
The realeffingdeal.com.
Alright. I feel like each week, I'm deciding this on the fly, each week we both choose a different movie to talk about.
Okay.
Alright, so this week was your week, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Next month will be my week. It's fine.
What did you least like about this movie?
The weird Terminator girl. What the fuck was that?
That was what you least liked.
Well, no, at least liked... I don't know, all of it. The 2 racist robots I brought up earlier that we talked about for like 10 minutes. Them. They were pretty bad. The jokes were just awful. When that fucking huge Annihilator thing, I don't know his name.
Which one?
No,
Devastator.
yeah, Devastator.
When he
right?
had those balls.
Yeah, that wasn't funny.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
That was just a bit shit.
That was
Why?
Really unnecessary.
Why would you... And the first Transformers, I'd say, up until they like started
Pissed on
talking...
someone.
Yeah, alright, pissed on someone. Ever since, up until I pissed on somebody, it was alright. And the Transformers, in the first one, right? I know we're not talking about the first one, but the first one's way better.
Do you know which one isn't better?
No, I'm not done. I had a point. Alright, Transformers 1, even if they weren't very good, all the Transformers at least had a bit of a personality.
Well,
Transformers 2, I can
barely.
barely tell them apart.
What?
I can barely tell
Like
them apart.
who? Who can you tell
Literally,
apart?
Bumblebee's the worst in all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Bumblebee, like that whole radio gimmick got old real quick. What else?
And also, didn't he get his voice box fixed by Ratchet?
Did it? Yeah,
He
and then
said,
he just,
I've fixed your voice box, buddy.
but he just really likes using Jay
And
Leno
he's like,
quotes or whatever. He really likes talking like Jimmy Kimmel. If he was, I don't know if he was. I don't even know.
Jimmy Kimball.
I didn't even know if Jimmy Kimmel was alive back then, back in the olden days.
2007.
2000. He came out in 2007.
I think so.
That looked pretty good for
It
2007.
was very good for 2000. Well, Transformers 1 did.
Alright, well, it probably came out like 2009,
2000.
2008.
Yeah.
Look, it looked real good for like late 2000s CG. I'll give it that. The Transformers movies,
Transformers had fantastic CGI.
it did. And can you describe the entire plot of Transformers 2?
Well, yeah, are you asking
Yeah,
me
I'm
to?
asking you to, because I don't know.
So it starts off,
Right.
Sam's going to college and his mum's being an awkward cow like usual.
Yeah. Oh, doesn't she get? She gets high.
She gets
That's
high
one-
in that movie.
That is one of the things I hate about that movie. She gets
high in that movie and then talks to random girls about how Sam lost his virginity.
Yeah, that does happen.
That does
How is this
happen.
your
And then
favourite?
Then she grabs some random guy's frisbee and goes, "Get that bitch off my frisbee!"
How
And it's
can
like
this
they were
be-
selling brownies at
How-
a bake sale and there
How
were
can-
drugs.
How can this be your favourite one? I don't understand. See, just from that, this is my least favourite one.
So,
Right.
we go back
Alright.
to Sam, and he's at home, and his mum's being a bitch as usual,
Yeah.
like because that's the noise she makes.
Yeah.
And then he finds the allspice, and he goes.
Yeah.
He turns into Hannibal Lecter and has an epileptic fit,
yeah.
and then he drops it, and then all the appliances come on, and then he goes Bumblebee.
Doesn't he shout Optimus or something? Doesn't he go Optimus?
Yeah, that's later on.
Is it? Okay. Oh yeah, no, this is when he turns his... No, right, I remember this. This is when he turns his blender into a Transformer, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is when his Xbox turns into a Transformer. He's like, I don't care how much it's trying to kill me. Xbox 360 is still a really fun console that everybody should buy. Marketing.
So Bumblebee turns up
Yeah, I remember
and
this.
blows the shit out of everything because Sam asked him to,
Yeah.
and then Sam gets pissy with
He
it,
does, I do remember this.
and he's like, "Bumblebee, what the hell are you doing?" He's like,
This is a Jimmy Kimmel quote.
and
Jimmy
then
Fallon.
we get unnecessarily seductive shots of Megan Fox sitting on a bar. I'm not complaining about.
I mean, those are the best parts of the movie,
But-
I'll be honest.
They weren't necessary.
Yep.
Then he goes back into the thing and he's like, "Bumblebee, you're not coming to college with me." No, Bumblebee, you come to college with me. He goes, "I'm so excited."
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes, "Bumblebee, you're not coming to college with me." And
Wait,
he
hang on.
cries.
Wait, no, doesn't he say, "Oh, Bumblebee, you know college"? And then
Oh,
he
yeah,
does
yeah,
that? It's not. Sam isn't just a complete ass. He's not just like,
You're coming to college with me.
I feel like I just-
Yes! You're not coming to college with me.
no. Well, why is Darth Vader saying no? I don't know.
No!
I might talk about Star Wars next week. Anyway, next month. Anyway, carry on.
So that
I feel like you're going through a lot of detail in
Then
this.
Megan Fox gets changed and we get a necessary shot of her practically clothless.
Awesome.
Yep. Just what we wanted.
Right. Yep.
Then bloody Sam goes to college and he's like there and they're like, "We'll Skype every day."
And they do? No, they don't. No, they don't.
So that's what causes the whole issue.
Oh, yeah.
That's why she's still involved in this plot, because he
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
Skype
Because
her
he didn't
and
Skype
she
her.
got on a plane because he didn't Skype
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Oh wait, no, she got on the plane because he asked her to. Never mind. So yeah,
Wait, what plane?
Sam goes to college and his mum becomes a stoner for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
and he
Didn't we
meets...
already do this bit?
He meets that Hispanic fella. It's later on. You,
Oh,
you,
right,
you
yeah,
were
sorry.
shouting about it straight. Like, "Didn't she do drugs?"
No, you talked about the college. Alright, it doesn't matter.
So
it's fine. I'm going to edit most of this out anyway.
He
So
runs
it's
the
fine.
realeffingdeal.com.
Right, therealeffingdeal.com, that's fine.
And he's a bit of a knob.
He is. He's in the
And-
movie for way too long.
He's in the movie The Whole Thing, Jamie.
He's
the whole
exactly.
bloody movie.
Way too long. Why? Anyway, carry
I don't
on.
know. And then, so he's in it,
Yeah.
And he meets him, and then he's like, "So Sam, which half of the room do you want?" And Sam's like, "I'll have this half." And he goes, "I already chose that half." And you're like, "This guy's gonna be a fuck."
No, I think my reaction was, oh, this guy's a bit of a dick. At least he won't be in it for the rest of the movie because he's just his roommate, right? That's what I thought.
And he's not going to be in college the whole time because there's going to be loads of massive robot fights.
So there's no way that guy is going to be in the movie any longer than he needs to be. Because I believe Michael Bay.
He was.
He's in it for the whole thing.
So,
anyway, yeah.
Then he's like, look at this hot chick that everyone loves, that everyone knows already, but for somehow
for some
a robot
reason
that no one was aware
No,
of.
that's not the most unreasonable bit. The most unreasonable bit is this hot girl decides that, yeah, Shia LaBeouf, he's the guy I'm going to go for.
Shia LaBeouf's the kind of guy I like.
He's the hot.
He's the kind of weirdo I'm into.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, and he's like, and then Michaela, who is Megan Fox in this.
Ew, is that her name?
That's her name.
I thought her name was
Michaela.
Megan Fox.
It begins with an M, same thing.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah.
And Sam's all like, what am I going to do? I can't ring. And then he's like,
I can't Skype her.
Michaela. I'm sending you a piece of the Allspark. And you need to keep it safe. And she's like, okay. And then the little RC guy that tries to come
Where
away,
did the little RC guy come from?
Sam's house.
Oh, yeah.
He followed her home.
Oh, yeah.
And
no, it came from Megatron, didn't he? Megatron had him. And he was like, oh, no, Starscream or somebody. No, because they destroyed all of the things that he created through the Allspark, didn't they? Like his blender.
They didn't. It was when
and his
he
Xbox.
made it at the end. No, they didn't, because he was the one that survived.
Oh, did he get away and oh. Wait, why did he follow? I could have sworn it was
Because he wanted the piece of the Allspark. He was a Decepticon.
Yeah.
And then he was going, please marry a princess or something he called her. I know this movie too much.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he like humps a leg and she's like,
right.
Fuck off.
Right.
And
she
kicks him off and then they go on playing and he's in that box with her.
Oh yeah.
Remember? And she gets on the plane, is like, have you brought anything alive with you? And she's like, no.
No.
But she's got a robot in there.
Yeah, he's got a robot. He got a robot.
Somehow they didn't X-ray it.
Why would you?
Look, what the fuck, you got a robot in
She's
it? What's
Megan
going
Fox.
on?
You wouldn't. I'd be only X-raying one thing.
Her head.
Yeah, her head. I guess just to check if there's a mind.
So that isn't confirmed.
We're not quite sure yet.
So she comes on over, and then Sam.
This
so
is really
happens as
overdrawn,
she's
by the
walking
way. You know
into
this,
the room.
this is so much detail.
Sam, this robot lady. No,
Yeah.
Sam's in college, and he's sitting there, and he has another one of his epileptic fits
Yeah.
in the classroom.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's flicking through the page. He goes,
Yeah.
I can't do the face to you, listeners, but if I could, it's a
Oh
very.
yeah, I
accurate-
almost forgot about listeners listening to this. You know, this is taking half an hour just
And-
to you describe the fucking plot for Transformers.
He's going through it, and then the guy's
Look,
like, "You can't do that." He goes, "I've got a theory." Einstein's wrong, and he spins the chalkboard around, starts drawing shit.
listeners, you can't see the face, but it was perfect.
It was. And then the guy goes, "Get out! I am the alpha." He's 100% perverted because he winks at small girls and throws them apples after he's eaten them. And
I am the Alpha and Omega.
I am the alpha and the omega.
Can we hurry this along just a little bit? I'd like to talk about some things in the actual movie, you know, our opinions on it.
We're only half an hour in, mate.
Fuck. Alright.
And then this girl starts technically raping him because he didn't consent at all.
Well, is this when he goes, oh, no, he goes to the party. I mean, I just told you to hurry it up, but he also goes to a
Yeah,
party
but that party
first.
was boring and unnecessary.
Oh, it sounds a lot like the whole movie.
And Bumblebee sprays paint on her and
That's a weird...
sings Super Freak.
Like, Bumblebee clearly doesn't understand that, like...
If he knows she's a Decepticon, deal with it then.
Yeah, and if he just thinks Sam's cheating on Michaela, he doesn't care, right? Because he's a robot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's... Alright, are people going to get angry at us calling Transformers robots?
Well, they're robots in disguise.
No, I know, but I'm just... there might be another word for it. You know, people get pissed.
Cybernetic synthetic beings.
Like, if you called, like, the synthetics, or whatever they're called from Blade Runner, like, robots, people would probably
We're
get
talking
angry.
about synths and bloody Fallout Boys.
Probably,
It's a synth!
oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway... so, the spray's pain,
And then, yeah, so that party happens. Then she starts
which seems like a weird innuendo for a
going
robot
all
and robot.
weird on him. And she has this weird tongue that extends, that wraps around his neck. Later on, we don't see that yet. But
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
got this really long tail. It's about to stab him. And then Michaela comes in. And then Michaela, what's going on? You jumped on top of me. She jumped on top of me.
They're literally in the middle of having sex. And she's like,
Yeah. And then she's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And then it turns out she's a robot. And then Sam's all screaming and shit. And then Michaela comes back in because for some reason she cares about him now and doesn't think he's just really wimp during sexual intercourse.
Which is what he is.
He has to be.
As everybody who has had sex with Shia LaBeouf would say.
All those
as
two
both
things.
of me and you can say, as the two people. Right, keep going on the plot. I should say, Dan, before doing this podcast, refused to not play a video game while we're doing this. So
Yeah.
if you can hear clicking, that's because he refused. Alright,
So,
you put down the controller now because you're an ass.
yeah, I am.
I just embarrassed you in front of all of our one listeners.
All
which
of those
is Shia
people who don't
LaBeouf.
care about us.
Alright, carry on.
So it all gets very weird there, and he's all strange, and she runs off, and then they get in the car, and she's like, Sam, I'm not having this conversation with you, and then they chase you through a library, and
And the Mexican guy's still there.
and he's like, I don't know, that's not Mexican. See me, no, I'm here.
I'm editing that out, sure.
And then they get
Or I'm
picked
just
up.
gonna put a bunch of like censoring bleeps over there.
They get picked up by Blackout,
Yeah.
who for some reason changed his name to Grindor. Blackout was
Oh,
such a
yeah.
cool name. Blackout's
Yeah.
such a cool. He's still a paver,
Yeah,
and he
see-
picks him up, and then drops it, and then Megatron makes loads of really strange sexual references when they capture Sam, and he's like, "I'm going to enjoy getting inside you," or something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's not what he said.
I imagine it's something like that, and then the little robot thing goes up his nose, and he's like. And then,
Oh, he does that a lot. Can we skip all the bits where he does that, please?
that's my favourite part.
Just because you can do the face. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then, so that happens, and then Bumblebee comes in. It's like, no, New Divide plays, but it's
sake.
just some sort of really strange backing track version. It's like, there's explosions. They come in and save him, and then there's a big fight, and Optimus gets his hook hands and hooks Blackout's face, Grindor's face apart. And he goes, "I'll tear you in two." And then that's an actual lie. I quoted
No,
that.
I
just
bet.
then.
No, I bet. Carry on. You don't need to stop.
You said I bet. I was waiting for something.
Yeah, wait. Oh, you reckon I was going to say something funny?
I thought you were going to say something.
Nah. I'm not really paying attention anymore.
So that
I've
happens.
seen this movie before.
And then,
Look, there are a lot of action sequences. Let's skip to closer to the end.
so Optimus dies, and Sam goes to the Smithsonian. He goes and meets the guy from the.
Oh,
the
fuck. We're not even an hour into this yet. Oh, my God.
guy-
Hurry up.
They go and meet the guy who's running the RealFNDeals.com's
Yeah.
competition, which, surprise, surprise, was Agent Phil Coulson.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he's running a butcher's, isn't he?
He's running a butcher's with his mum.
I'd actually quite like to talk about that for a minute, right? Because that really confuses me in these movies, right? How that guy does all this stuff. 1 minute he's Agent Coulson,
They
the next
kicked him
minute
off.
he's in a random I think
No,
he's
they
in New Mexico or something.
No, it's in New York or
Is it?
something.
No,
Or
I
it's in
could've-
Chicago, I
I
think.
just could have sworn it was. You know how they go to? Oh no, I guess they get teleport. Yeah, no, they get. Where's the Smithsonian at? Because it will be around there, won't it?
DC, isn't it?
Then it'll be in DC.
No, it's in a big city because it's on the corner of some street in some big.
Yeah.
And then he's
look,
like,
look, I'm just confused on how he got to that point. What
"Oh, I
made-
remember. Megatron's there, and he climbs on the radio tower, and he goes, 'We want Sam Witwicky,' because that's what
Right,
it sounds.
yeah.
And then they're like,
Oh, and then everybody's looking for him.
Everyone's looking for him. He's got his little hat on.
Fugitives, and so's the Mexican guy, and that's why he's in the movie. Because
And then
Megatron.
I remember
Oh.
Sam's mum and dad are in Paris.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and she eats a snail and spits it out, and then Bone Crusher
What
comes
is
over, and
this?
this digger, this full-on JCB, drives
Yeah,
through this
yeah.
crowded street and just picks them up and drives off.
What is it with this movie?
And then so
This
they're
is why it's so
fugitives.
bad. Yeah, they're all fugitives.
And then they go into
including
this
the Mexican
butcher's
guy.
with the Marvel style stealth, which is a cap and sunglasses.
Yeah, classic.
And
Yeah.
they're in there and they're walking. It's like, oh, it's Agent Smith Simmons or whatever his
Smith.
name
It's
was.
Agent Coulson. Agent Smith. Mr. Anderson.
So yeah, they meet him and they're like, oh, it's you. What are you doing here? And he's in his underwear or something.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
that
because
being
he's
important.
got like polka dotted underwear.
Yeah,
That
that was from that was an important plot point in the original one that they reference frequently in the second one.
Yeah, that was a very
So
important.
they
plot
talk about
point.
it, and then he
Remember
takes
that.
them down to his strange meat cellar, where he's really,
Yeah.
where it's quite a depressing room. Really, it looks like
is.
it looks like an old like Roman library or something with a computer in. And he's like, I've been researching all the Transformers. They've been here for years, and he shows a picture of an old Ford. The original Ford, and he goes, "This was the original Transformer," and they're all in the Smithsonian. They go, "We've got to go Smithsonian." And then my favourite part
Was that your Megan
in the
Fox
whole
impression?
movie happens when they go to the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
The Hispanic guy tases himself in the balls.
And that's why this is the worst Transformers movie.
And they're in the toilet, and he's trying to
does.
tase the guy.
Yeah,
And he
does.
goes, and he falls on the floor. And he,
You can't see this, listeners, but he is acting
I'm
this out.
reenacting it.
Dan, I don't know if we've even said our names yet. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dan is acting this out so perfectly. It's unbelievable.
I could be in this movie. So he tases his balls, and then his exact words are, "Whoa, Agent Smith Simmons, man! How many times can you get tasing the balls before you can't have kids anymore?" And he's like, I don't know.
weird. It's so...
And then he doesn't he tase Smith Simmons in the arse or something.
Probably. I don't know.
So then they find Jetfire, and Jetfire gets like, "Oh bloody hell! Whoa, I'm English," and he fires missiles everywhere.
Wait, no, there's a
Even
bit before where I think it's Megan Fox spots he's a Decepticon.
Oh yeah,
she runs around the
they're
room
running
flailing
around
her
with the
arm.
thing, and then last second she goes, "Shit, he's a Decepticon." I'm getting into this now.
Yeah, no. See, you don't even need the game anymore, really.
And then he gets somebody like, and he goes, "I converted years ago because the Decepticons were losing. What's happened?" And they go, "Decepticons are winning." He's like, "Bollocks!" Because all English people say that
They all say
every 2
bollocks.
minutes.
Go on, after. Yeah. Carry on.
So he blows stuff up, and they're outside in the garden, and the weird perverted robot comes out, and he's like, "Yeah, this is one of the old guys. He's important. Warrior Princess, I'm humping your leg."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't. See, you know how I was talking about how the Transformers have no personality in this movie?
They have all the
They
personality.
don't. All your voices don't have personalities either, so I can't tell who you're trying to be. I can't tell if that was the mini robot or Megan Fox.
Maybe it's both.
Both at the same time. Anyway, carry on.
So, and then Jetfire goes, "I know what we'll do," and they're like, "What should we do, Jetfire? Let's teleport to Egypt."
No, he does that for a reason.
Okay.
Because
he
they
goes-
find
he
Neo
goes,
there or
"We-
something.
We need. So he tells them about the Tomb of the Primes
Yeah.
and the Matrix of Leadership and how it can bring a Prime back to life, and only a Prime can kill another Prime, and the Fallen, who is coming back to life, which was mentioned at the very beginning of the movie that we completely forgot about.
Well, no, I didn't completely forget. You
we
completely
forgot to mention.
You completely forgot to mention. I'm not.
You
I'm
didn't-
not.
You didn't back me up.
Well, no, I don't know anything about this movie. I'll be
So
honest.
they have to go to the Tomb of the Primes, which is for some reason inside Egypt. So Sam and stuff they're all in Egypt. They all fall on their arse. They're all hurty, and then they're driving through Egypt for a bit, and then they get spotted on some camera, and they have to. And Simmons is like, "I've got me badge." And they go. Do you remember they go through that checkpoint with that extremely racially stereotyped?
So you're starting to see
Saudi
it now.
Arabia,
Wait,
man.
you know what's completely unforgettable about this movie? The whole thing we've just been talking about, like fucking Mudflap and that lot was with them, and we completely forgot.
Yeah.
We didn't mention them once.
Because I remember before they found Fitzsimmons, they were hiding in an alleyway, and Skids them up like, "Yo!" because they talk like that.
Yeah.
They're like, guys, let's go. And they have a fight, and they're like, girl, because that's how they talk.
And they fight
And
on
then
the way
Bumblebee's
in.
like,
Right, anyway, carry on. So they're
they're in
racist bit.
Egypt.
Yeah.
And then they find the Tomb of the Primes. Michaela and Sam go to sleep under the Egyptian stars by pointing out which one's which. And they use the stars to find the Tomb of the Primes, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Well, this is it, but there's nothing here." And then
Yeah.
Bumblebee, Skids, and Mudflap all start having a little punch up because they want to, and then they get thrown through a wall, and that wall is the
And
Tomb of
that's
the
the
Primes.
only reason that they can even do the rest of the movie.
And Sam walks in, and he's all like, "Whoa," and he has this weird like
he goes
trip.
he goes to Transformers Heaven for some
He
reason.
does. He goes to Transformers Heaven.
For some reason.
For some reason, only known by Michael Bay. In fact, I don't even think Michael
Michael
Bay.
Bay just really wanted.
Michael Bay doesn't know why.
No.
And so Michael Bay makes this happen,
Yeah.
and then from there we get the incident with how he gets the Matrix in his hand. He's like, "Great, we can save it," and then it turns to dust. So, as any person would do, he puts it in his sock, and he ties his sock up with Matrix dust.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Where should we go now?" And they go, well, it just so happens that all the Decepticons and Autobots have followed us to Egypt, and then they call everyone's favourite character in the whole movie Colonel Lennox.
Wait, hang on. Who the fuck is Colonel Lennox?
That soldier guy.
Oh, for fuck! Is he in the second one? I thought they killed him in the first one.
No, I love that guy.
Why?
He's going to be in Transformers 5 as well.
Why?
He's coming back.
Why?
Josh Dunn, I think
He
his
came
name
in the
is or
third.
something.
He
Oh,
was
wait,
in the
no.
third one as well.
He's the one who
He
he's
just
in
showed
21
up at the
Pilots or
end.
something.
Was he in 4?
No.
Have you even seen 4?
No.
I haven't seen 4.
I was so disappointed with 3 I couldn't get any further. But so yeah, we're near the end now, everyone. Don't worry.
Please, God, tell me. I actually want to talk about this movie.
So this happens with them, and then they have this big explosion. His mum and dad are there for some reason.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you can do it.
Is this
even
the
though
one
they
in
have
the
no
Sand
belief in
Village?
him.
Or is
Yes,
this
yes.
Oh, then they airdrop in yeah, carry on.
And then they're like, Lennox is he's power walking through the airport going, we gotta take Optimus Prime, and I don't know why he's black, his friend's black.
That's fine. I mean, yeah.
We gotta take Optimus Prime and drop him in Egypt, and they're like, why? And he goes, because I said so.
And then they just do it because...
They do it, and he's in but they don't drop him in a smart place, they drop him in the middle of a battlefield.
Don't they do it on the opposite side to where everybody is?
Yes, they do.
They're like, Sam's on one end with the Matrix of Power.
Leadership.
And
they drop
they drop Optimus Prime, Optimus,
Miles
a bloody
away.
pretty good guy, on the opposite end of the field.
It's not a field, mate, it's sand.
It's...
The bloody desert.
Okay.
So that happens, and then he takes the dust and gives it to him, and then Jetfire's like, I'll use my parts! And then Optimus gets a cool jetpack, and he fights Megatron, and he rips half of Megatron's face off, and then he does something else, and he kills the Fallen,
Yeah.
and then it goes...
Doesn't he get like a weird jetpack?
And it's going dun dun dun, yeah, because he's got the Jetfire parts, and then
Oh,
he's standing
yeah.
on the aircraft carrier, it's going dun dun dun, no, and he uses practically the exact same speech at the end of the first Transformers, and just goes, I send this message to the stars.
He does, doesn't
We
he?
are here. We are waiting.
I forget you're famous for your Optimus Prime impression.
Across this new divide, and that's what happens, and that is Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen. That's it, I finished it.
You done?
My throat's hurting now.
Do you not have anything else to say about Transformers 2?
Nothing else
Was that it?
Nothing else.
No, not that happened. Like, do you have anything to say about it?
I love that movie because I found the action sequences to be mildly good.
But what about all the bits we just laughed at?
Those were the fallback.
Yeah, all the things you talked about are awful. Everything in that movie is awful. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
really bad.
But then, when you think about them all on that level... See, I like the idea of Transformers. Always have since I was a little babby.
I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. We spent about 30 minutes talking about Transformers 2, and now we're just general chat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll carry on. Right, so if we're going to get something wrong, we want people to email in.
We want people to have some sort of conversation.
Yeah,
with us,
also,
'cause
if you
we're
want to
very
give us a
lonely.
topic, because we literally don't have any.
Or if you just want a friend.
Or, yeah,
We're here.
email in.
We don't have any.
We don't
so-
have any. Literally, we're making this podcast to make friends. Anyway, let's carry on talking about Transformers.
See, I haven't seen Transformers 4. The action sequences, they look pretty sick.
Well, apparently, from
There's
what
too
I've
much
heard...
Mark Wahlberg breathing.
No, from what I heard... I'm just going to skip over what you just said. From what I've heard, it's not as good as 1, but it's better than 2 and 3. Which is not saying much, but...
I've heard that it's hours too long,
Yeah.
and it's filled with at least an hour's worth of close-up shots of Mark Wahlberg in a battlefield going...
Can we talk about the product placement in Transformers 2?
What product?
I feel like there was a lot, wasn't there?
There always was, but I can't
There's
remember.
always a lot. Like in the first one, a Mountain Dew machine gets turned into a Transformer.
There's product placement in all of them, but I just can't remember what product was
I remember
placed.
in the fourth one, I heard that Mark Wahlberg... There's a Bud Light van that's been tipped over. Mark Wahlberg walks over, picks up a Bud Light, cracks it open on the side of the car, drinks it, and chucks it on the floor. And like goes, that was some nice Bud Light or something.
That was some. If I had a large audience that may watch what I did, I'd recommend that they drink this.
Bud Light.
Too bad I don't.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, pretty much.
I wasn't aware of that.
Right, well, Transformers. I would say the best. What would you say is the best movie in the Transformers?
Again,
Are you going to say Revenge of the Fallen? I'd say Transformers the movie, the old '80s one. We'll talk about it.
I thought we were talking about this.
No, we are. We'll talk about this in a different episode.
No, we're talking about this now. You brought it up.
Oh, fuck's sake!
Because this thing, that movie is my pride and joy.
All right, welcome to a double bill episode of the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Love that movie.
Right, okay.
That movie is my life. I cried when Optimus died. Spoiler alert: Optimus dies.
Optimus does die
and doesn't come back to life.
He actually doesn't. That's really ballsy.
But at the very end of the movie, because apparently loads of people struggled with it.
Yeah.
It came up, if you watch all the way to the end of the credits,
Optimus Prime will return.
Optimus Prime returns in the animated series.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, woo! But Rodimus, sick. Galvatron, sick. Unicron, sick.
I know one of those things.
Which one?
Unicron.
You don't know Rodimus? You know Hot Rod at the beginning. He's like, come on, Daniel! Because that's how he speaks in the movie.
This is a double bill episode now, by the way.
And he goes, let's go...
Fly a kite?
No, let's drive to Transformer City, because that's actually what it's called. Autobot City, that's
their, like, base, isn't it?
Yeah. And then it goes, and it's like, Stan Bush is a beauty in that movie. The songs, You Got the Touch, is just beautiful.
Yeah, so, I agree with you.
They drive off, and then as they're coming in, they see, he goes, look, Hot Rod, because that's how Daniel talks.
Are you sure you don't want to say this?
My dad's on
You've
this
got a lot to say.
No, this is going to this one.
Alright.
And Rod was like, you're right, Daniel.
I mean, this is only my podcast, so I don't know
you're
why
right,
I
Daniel.
should have a say on this.
There's smoke coming out of it, and he gets his binoculars out, and they're like, oh, shit. And he's like, what?
We're not going through the plot of this movie like you did with Transformers 2.
I'm not.
This is not happening.
And there's flames coming out, and they're like, oh no, and it's just fantastic. Like, the characters in it are beautiful. I love and then you've got the whole, the greetings thing, let me think. You say something while I think of what it is.
Alright, well, I'm going to move on briskly. I think this is the end of this episode. I really hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to try and end it before Dan says
it's a universal greeting.
I am going to miss you guys.
We will be back. Mini bar.
We will be back next week with another topic.
Next month.
If he doesn't shut up, I am just going to re-record this.
There's like a weird version of...
Shut up!
There's like a weird...
Goodbye!
Judge Judy.
That's it. It's gone. Alright, I've shut him up. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've been Jamie.
I'm Dan.
He talks a lot about Transformers. Next week is going to be better.
A week mini barn.
Is that our catchphrase?
Yeah.
Alright.
You got the touch, guys.
Alright.
Every single one of you.
Alright, guys. Hope you've really enjoyed. I hope you all got touched. We'll see you guys next week.
You all got touched.
That's where it's going to be ended. That's it. That's going to be the last thing that's said. Hope you all got touched. Bye.